Hello everyone. In this video, I will take you the important MCQs related to transformers, which will be useful for SSC examination, then various state PSCs. Let us move on to the discussion. Moving on to the first question. Tertiary winding in three-phase transformer helps to. The following options are given. Improve efficiency, suppress third harmonics, provide surge protection, gives better regulation. If you provide the tertiary winding in three-phase transformer, surely it avoid unbalancing issue. So that we can say that it suppress third harmonics. Okay, that is the right answer. Let us discuss the advantages of tertiary winding in three-phase transformers. I will take you the explanation. Okay, I will show you what are the advantages of tertiary winding. It reduces unbalancing in three-phase due to unbalancing in three-phase load. That's the first and foremost advantage. Then it redistribute the flow of fault current. That is also a good thing for installation of the tertiary winding. You can see this is the tertiary winding and we have star connection, star with the star grounded. Okay, so this is a three-phase transformer connection. Here you are going to provide additional tertiary winding. Definitely that will help you to mitigate from harmonics, then unbalancing, etc. Okay, so I can go for option B. Option B is the right answer for first question. Let me move on to the second question. A 10 kVA transformer has iron loss PI. Let me call PI, that is equal to 200 watts. It gives maximum efficiency corresponding to half load. So half load I will be putting X equal to 1 by 2. Okay, 50%. The copper loss of the transformer at full load is. So you need to refer the topic of condition for maximum efficiency of transformer at a particular fraction of load. So there is an equation you have to refer. Last session I have explained. You can refer my previous video. That means X equal to X fraction of load, that is equal to square root of iron loss divided by copper loss. So let me call PI, that is equal to iron loss, and PC for copper loss. What is X here? Obviously X should be 1 by 2. That means 50%, half load. Okay. 1 by 2 is equal to square root of what is iron loss. Iron loss is nothing but 200 watts. I don't know copper loss, that is yet to be calculated. PC. Let me call PC, copper loss. So what you can do? You have to calculate PC. First squaring on LHS and RHS. So 1 by 4 equal to. So if I do the squaring, it becomes 200 upon PC. Do the cross multiplication. If you do the cross multiplication, PC into 1 is equal to 4 into 200. So therefore, I can write PC is equal to 4 into 200. 4 into 200 is nothing but how much? The answer is 800 watts. So you can note down the answer, 800 watts. So 800 is the right answer. Okay, so option D is the right answer for this question. You can expect similar kind of numerical example for the upcoming competitive examinations. Okay, please note down the important formula and understand the logic. That is sufficient. So try to refer any of the textbook to get to know more about the transformer efficiency, what is the condition for transformer efficiency. In the last video, I have given more information about the efficiency, condition for transformer efficiency. Let me move on to the question number 3. On load, the regulation of transformer can be 0 if the load power factor is leading, lagging, unity, and one unnecessary option. D option is actually directly you can ignore. That is true. So among 3, which is the right answer? Let us come back to the point. On load regulation of a transformer can be 0 if the load power factor is. Actually, if you look at the leading condition, the voltage regulation formula will be like this. I into R cos phi minus I into X sin phi. Okay, here I already we are taken outside, no? So this is not required. That means it includes I into R cos phi minus X sin phi, obviously. See the symbol, that is very important. Sign is very important here. For leading condition, regulation sign will be negative. So there is a chance for during on-load regulation of transformer can be 0 when the load power factor is leading. So leading means sign is negative. So there is a feasibility, there is a possibility of the power factor that becomes 0. Clear? Okay, so the regulation of a transformer. Therefore, we can say that regulation of the transformer can be zero if the load power factor is leading. Why it is happening? Because you see the symbol, that is sign, not symbol, sign. Sign is negative. Obviously, there is a possibility of becoming entire term becomes zero. Clear? Entire term becomes zero. But in case of lagging, the sign will be positive. So there is no, what I can say, there is no possibility of becoming regulation to be zero at the lagging power factor. Same thing takes place for unity power factor as well. So I can go for option A. This is very important. This can be asked in the examination because it's a confusing factor for everyone. Better you can draw the phasor diagram so that you will be understanding very clearly. Okay. Let me discuss question number 4. A 40 kVA transformer has a core loss of 400 watts. Okay. Let me note down at the beginning itself. So you can note down the core loss. Let me call core loss or iron loss. Both are same. PI. Let me call PI. PI means core loss. Okay. 400 watts. Iron loss and core loss both are synonyms, similar terms. And full load copper loss of 800 watts. Let me call PC. PC is equal to how much? 800 watts. Okay. The fraction of rated load at the maximum efficiency. I already explained the formula. What is the formula? The fraction of rated load at the maximum efficiency is given by the ratio of how much? PI upon PC. What is PI? Let me write the formula. PI. PI means core loss. Okay, PI divided by PC. So directly substitute in the formula. You will be getting the answer. How much it is? 400 divided by 800. 400 divided by 800. That is nothing but 1 by 2, square root of 1 by 2, square root of 1 by 2. If you calculate square root of 1 by 2, you will be getting how much? 0.707. Answer will be 0.707. That is the answer. But look at the option. All the answers are given in terms of percentage. So better you convert this decimal value into percentage. 0.707, that is nothing but 70.7%. So I can go for option C. This should be C only. Okay. This is the best answer. 70.7%. That is the right answer for this question. I hope you got my point. Let me move on to the another question. You have to write all the formulas. That will really help you out for various competitive examination. Derivation is not required right now because directly you have to apply the formula within a fraction of seconds. So these are the explanation I have given for your betterment. So you can see that. Just go through that. For question number 2, how did I get the answer? You can note down. Okay, I have already explained. Similarly, question number 5. Moving on to the question number 5. The core of power transformer is made up of. It has been asked in the question during 2011. Okay, cast iron, then stainless steel, ferrite, CRGO steel. So core of the power transformer is normally made up of CRGO steel. So I can definitely go for option D. So let me explain what is a material called CRGO. What is the elaboration of CRGO? Okay, let me explain first. I have collected the information on CRGO. CRGO is nothing but cold rolled grain oriented steel. So if you use CRGO, definitely you can minimize hysteresis losses. Moreover, it is available in the range of 0.3 mm to 0.25 mm thickness. So these are the peculiarity of CRGO steel. It is advisable to go for CRGO steel. It is having less hysteresis value. Therefore, hysteresis constant is very less for CRGO. Therefore, hysteresis loss can be mitigated. Okay, for certain extent. So that is the right answer. Okay, I can go for option D. Option D is the right answer. You can note down. Very important. Moving on to the question number 6. In a transformer, the core loss is found to be 46 watts at 50 hertz. You can note down. Similarly, at 80 watts at 70 hertz. Both losses being measured at the same peak flux density, the hysteresis loss and eddy current loss at 60 hertz is. So first you note down what are the parameters. In a transformer, core loss is found to be 46 at 50 hertz. Core loss. So you can write core loss. Okay, core loss means core loss is nothing but the summation of core loss. Let me call PC. PC means core loss. Core loss is nothing but the hysteresis loss. Hysteresis loss, pH, and eddy current. Let me call eddy current. Clear? This you have to remember. So as you know that hysteresis loss, that is directly proportional to frequency. Similarly, eddy current loss is directly proportional to frequency square. Hope you are getting my point. Clear? Now, what you can do? We can modify the equation. PC is equal to pH. This is actually hysteresis loss. So better in terms we can write KH into, okay, KH into F frequency plus KE into, KE means eddy current constant, KE, okay. Steinmer's constant, or we can call eddy current loss, into F square. Likewise, you can form the equation. I hope it is very clear to everyone. Now what you can do is, first you have to segregate the value of KH and KE, you have to calculate. Anyway, frequencies are available in the question. You have to calculate, you have to frame two equations. Okay, there are two conditions, correspondingly two equation has to be formed. Later on, you have to calculate KH and KE. I will show you how to make out this. Okay, our ultimate goal is to calculate KH and KE. Once you calculate the value of KH then KE, you can able to multiply KH and F, you will be getting hysteresis loss. If you multiply KE and F square, you will be getting eddy current loss. That is our ultimate goal. So which one is the hysteresis and eddy current loss? We have to identify from the option. That is your target. Hope you are getting my information. Now let me solve this equation. Two equations you have to formulate. That means the first condition, the core loss is found to be 46 at 50 hertz. Similarly, 80 watts at 70 hertz. So two equations you have to make. Two variable, two equations. So I'll take you how to solve this. So core loss formula I have given, just explain K into F square plus KH into F. At 50 hertz, the core loss equal to 46. Therefore, I can write 46 equal to how much? K into F square. K into 50 square plus KH into 50. Kindly call this equation as first one. At the second condition, at 70 hertz, the core loss is equal to 80 watts. So you can note down 80 is equal to K into F square. Okay. K into F square plus KH into F. Call it as second equation. So you need to solve two equations. Two equations, two variables. Okay, you have to solve to any method. You can go for matrix method or whatever it may be. Okay, conventional method, trial and error, whatever it may be. So solve it two equations, 1 and 2. If you solve, I'll be getting the hysteresis constant that is equal to 0.363 and eddy current loss equal to how much? 0.011. If you know the hysteresis and eddy current loss, what you can do? So substitute over here. So if I solve this, I'll be getting eddy current loss P. If I solve the second equation, I'll be getting hysteresis loss PH. Okay, please solve two equations. K into F square you have to multiply, then KH into F. If I multiply K into F square, I'll be getting 40 watts. Similarly, if I multiply KH into F, I'll be getting hysteresis loss that is equal to 22 watts. So the answer is 40 watts and 22 watts. 40 watts, 22 watts. See, I can go for which option? Which option should I go? Definitely I have to go for option D. Option D is the right answer. Okay, I should go for option D. You can mark. So this can be surely asked in the examination. It takes some more time. You try to manage your time and get the answer immediately. Okay, so option D is the right answer. I hope you understood the steps how to make out this. I have given the detailed explanation as well. Okay, so question number 6 we have completed. Moving on to the question number 7. A 100 kVA single phase transformer exhibits maximum efficiency at 80%. Remember that. Of full load. Okay, so X value you can take it as 80%. X equal to how much? 80%. 80% is nothing but 0.8. That you have to note down. Okay. And the total loss of the transformer under this condition is 100 watts. Total loss. So P total loss. So total loss is nothing but the iron loss. Iron loss plus copper loss. Iron loss plus copper loss. That is equal to how much? 100 watts. You can note down 100 watts. The ohmic loss at the full load loss. Your job is to calculate the copper loss. What is the value of copper loss? So you know at the maximum condition of efficiency, the condition for maximum efficiency at the time, what you can write, the iron loss must be equal to how much? Copper loss. Iron loss equal to copper loss at the condition for maximum efficiency. That point you have to note down. Clear? Similarly, in terms of the fraction of load, you can write, so P loss can be written as in terms of fraction of load. Okay, let X is the fraction of load. Therefore, we can write the formula P loss or P total. Both are same only. Don't make any confusion. P total, both are same. P total equal to P loss. That is 100% right. So X into PI, where X is the fraction of load. Okay, fraction of full load. X into PI plus then X square into PC. X square into PC. Where X into PA is known as iron loss, or you can call core loss. X square into PC is known as copper loss. Here, what is our ultimate goal? Our ultimate goal is to calculate the copper loss. You know, during the maximum efficiency condition, iron loss will be equal to copper loss. Here, P total has been given as 1000 watts. You can note down the total loss is given as 1000 watts. You know, at the maximum condition for maximum efficiency, the iron loss must be equal to core loss. I already explained iron loss equal to core loss. Sorry, iron loss equal to copper loss. Pi equal to Pc, where Pa is known as iron loss and Pc is called core loss, copper loss. Iron loss and copper loss. Pa means iron loss, Pc means copper loss. Now do one thing. So what is the total loss? Total loss equal to 1000 watts. As per the condition for maximum efficiency, I can write it as iron loss equal to 1000 divided by 2, that is equal to 500. Correct? Both are equal, no? Similarly, copper loss equal to how much? That is also 500. I think you are understanding my concept, whatever I am explaining. PA equal to 500 watts, PC is equal to 500 watts. Both are equal for the condition for maximum efficiency. Okay, therefore, what I can do? So I have to calculate the copper loss I have to calculate. Let us consider the second term. So copper loss, I can write it as X square into PC. X square into PC is equal to how much? 500. X square into PC is equal to 500. What is 500? 500 is nothing but copper loss. Okay, X square into PC is equal to how much? 500. Okay, X square into PC, that is equal to how much? 500. That is a total. Okay. Now I have to calculate PC. I have to calculate. How to calculate PC? From this, PC is equal to how much? PC is equal to 500 divided by X square. X is nothing but 0.8, right? 500 divided by, you can note down, 500 divided by 0.8 into 0.8, that is equal to 0.64. So if you solve, you will be getting approximately 781.25. So I can go for option A. 781.25 will be getting 781.2. Okay, 781.2. That's the right answer. So I can go for the first option. Definitely. Option A is the right answer for 781.25. So this is the way how to solve this question. So try to solve it fastly. Use the formula appropriately. Write down all the formula, all the equations systematically. So study what is the condition for maximum efficiency. So if you solve many more problems, I'll be coming up with a lot of problems in the upcoming session, lot of numerical examples in the upcoming session. So hope that will help you out for cracking the competitive examination. Try your level best. Okay, so these are the different questions which you can solve it easily. If you are having any queries with any concept, kindly put up in the comment box. I will revert.